Let's try that again. I hit the wrong button. Good morning. It's February the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Much colder. It's minus 20 at the moment. It is going up to minus 13, so it'll be warmer when I walk back. At least it says it's going to minus 13, but it's already almost noon. I'm heading downtown. Minus 20 Celsius is minus 4 Fahrenheit, if those are your preferred units. Short-lived, though. It's going to be back up around freezing or above in the next couple of weeks. So I think winter's back is broken and spring is on the horizon. It's been a very mild winter for us. So I got to watch out for ice, though. I've been doing publishing stuff this morning and just going to go downtown for a new location to work. Do some editing and writing, I hope, before I have to go pick up my daughter from the university. She's out of town with EYES, Educating Youth in Engineering and Science, which is a program run by the University of Regina. They're in La Brette today, I believe. Hello. Kev? Actually, not that much. I was just saying, we've had not only a mild winter, but a not very snowy winter. We've had a little in the last month or so that made up for the fact that it was pretty much brown before that. But as our winters go, not snowy at all. At all. Which was good for us because my wife had foot surgery, so we've been getting her around. It's been much easier without having too much snow. Of course, the melting is made for ice. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. And Jolly, gee, everybody's checking in this morning. It's must be the prime time for it. When I'm a bit earlier, I sometimes don't get anybody, or not very many. But I'm all over the map as to what time I walk these days. I used to be much more. First thing in the morning, I was out somewhere, and I might get back to that, but not until things settle down a bit with car situation and stuff like that. Right now, we only have one car. But we're getting a second one. We need a second one. So we've bought a used car. We just don't have it yet, but we're buying it. And that'll help because then I won't have to drive my daughter places again. On the other hand, once my wife starts driving to work again, I'll be in the same boat. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Got my hood up today, my scarf around my neck. Wind chill was minus 29, I think, which in Fahrenheit terms is what? Something like minus 20 Fahrenheit wind chill, so pretty chilly. It'll be somewhere along in there. Maybe not quite, but close. Minus 30 Celsius is minus 20. Oh, yeah, that could be really close. Pretty much minus 20 Fahrenheit. Chill. Yes, we bought a used Volvo. Did I say that? But yes, a used Volvo. Or we are buying it. Haven't paid for it, but we will once I can get up to Saskatchewan and once some work has been done on it, so it's ready to go. An XC90. 2010 XC90. We have a 2015 XC60 as our main car. And there were significant changes in those 5 years. But the XC90 will still be a good car. We've turned into Volvo people. ever since we got our first one back in 2001, I guess. Timing worked well there, so that kind of determines which way I'll walk. Yeah, we'll go up College here for a ways today. There's the Royal Saskatchewan Museum over there and the sign for Wascana Centre. Yeah, trying to read all that. Yeah, I like Volvos. And the XC40 is the smallest SUV, then there's the XC60, which is the mid-size, and the XC90 is the biggest. But we like Volvos. They're a bit quirky in some ways, and they can be expensive to repair, but we like them. Hello, Arif. I'm fine. A little chillier, as I was saying, because it's minus 20 with a minus 29 wind chill. So coldest day I've walked for a little bit. Well, stay on College for another block. You go past the old houses that are now mostly businesses. Regina Symphony Orchestra is in this one here. Still an old house in the front, but it has a big extension on the back. If you look close, you can see that the snow is actually quite thin where the winds got at it. There's not really that much there. So a few warm days will clear it off again. There's the Credit Union building, the new Credit Union building, and the College Avenue campus over there. But I think I'll go up Smith today. I don't think I walk up Smith as often as some others. Boring name, Smith Street, but named after some prominent Smith or other, but I have to know your history to know who it was. Probably a city councilor or something like that. Change sides. These are all one-way streets. Well, there's lots of Smiths around. We live on Angus Crescent. There's also an Angus Boulevard and an Angus Street. I presume they're all the same Angus, but they could be different because there are lots of Scots around in the early years. Yeah, Smith. And then you got a lot that are named after federal politicians. So I think Lawrence Street is named after a former Governor General, and of course there's lots of Victorias, this and that. We have a Victoria Avenue. Then we have a Queen Street and a Princess Street and King Street. Coronation, I think. Coronation Street or something like that. So yeah, you do get a lot of that from the early years of the country. Actually, my wife's grandfather, Sampson J. Goodfellow, in whose house we live, they bought the house in 1939. It's been in the family ever since. It's a Fireside Bistro, also in an old house. Has a short street named after him. He was a notable local citizen, president of the the symphony at one point, and philanthropist and inventor. I always think of this building as the one with the pig snout. Ooh, bad choice of sidewalks. A lot of ice in front of this place. I've been in that house years ago on the Davin School home tour. It was a fundraiser they used to do. I don't know if it's come back since COVID, where people would open their houses and you could go in and see the old houses. That was one that was on the tour one year. And my wife was very much involved. Back when our daughter was still in elementary school. She's 22 now, so that's been a while. This is Lauren Street. Nobody coming. We'll go up this side past the Williamson Apartments. Old apartment building. Not the most well-painted street number there. You get buildings like this that look like they were an old house and then were renovated, but not with any great sense of style. This one's kind of odd too, because why isn't there a window above the door? It seems very strange. Not a lot of space between houses sometimes. That always puzzled us when we came up here. We moved here from Texas, also on the prairie, wide open spaces, and all the houses were, even in town, were mostly the kind of suburban houses. You had, big yards and everything. When we came here and discovered that it seemed to us that despite all the space, everybody had built fairly narrow houses with very little space between them. Eventually realized that was a developer choice to make the most use of the land. That used to be the Susan Whitney Art Gallery over there, but I think it's gone back to being a house. Another old apartment building over there. We're coming up on Lauren Street Drugs here. Lauren Drugs, not Lauren Street Drugs. Is that busiest place in Regina this time? This time of day? No, probably out in the East End is probably the busiest part of Regina. Downtown is fairly busy, but I think there's actually a lot more stores and things out in the fringes. All right, we'll go this way past Tangerine Food Bar. So you can see that was Lauren Drugs, and then there's a couple other things there. Somebody just turned the wrong way down this one-way street. You should not be driving in that direction. I think he realized it when he got honked at and realized all the cars are pointing the wrong way. That's the second time in a few days. Sunday night I saw somebody. There's a bigger, older apartment building. I saw somebody else going the wrong way on one of these one-way streets. Trying to read that. Yeah, that happens too. This whole area is or was called the transition area because it's transitioning from residential. Oh, that lot's been sold. I wonder what's going there. Transitioning from residential to business and multi-units. But it's been transitioning without transitioning very fast for as long as I've lived in Regina, which is coming up on 30 years. 20, 30, I guess I've been here coming up on 36 years, actually. Oh, there's a nasty patch of ice. Like, this condo building has been built since I moved to town. There's our destination rising up ahead, the Hotel Saskatchewan. Well, my destination. I don't know what your destination is. So, there's these bigger apartment units, but still a few of the old houses. And some of them are still single unit, but you're right, some of them have turned into multi-unit houses. Especially the biggest ones, I think. That's an old apartment building, so there have always been apartment buildings down this way. That was probably a new one at one point, but it looks old now. Well, I guess everything was new at one point. Yes, marijuana is legal in Saskatchewan. Well, in Canada as a whole. I'm not personally wild about that, but they didn't take my opinion into account. Influence of the baby boomers. And I am a baby boomer, but I was never a drug user, so. Like, I didn't even drink alcohol till I was in my 30s. Got interested in wine because Margaret Ann, who's now my wife, was interested in wine, and I was interested in Margaret Ann, so I often say she drove me to drink. Okay, just another block or so here. I probably won't stream my walk home, but I might, I don't know yet. Yeah, you'll find a lot of, there's pot stores everywhere, it seems like. I can't imagine they'll all survive, but there certainly are a lot of them, it seems like. Get my feet warmed up as I go by here. Morning. So that's Victoria Park directly ahead. So we go past this spa, hair spa, not. This is 2001, a spa odyssey. And the Saskatchewan Seniors Mechanism, which I think is the funniest name for anything I've ever seen. I don't even know what they do. Seniors working together, it says. And then in here, Admin Center for Sport, Culture, and Recreation, they do printing. And I'm often sending things there for printing because I do poster and program design for various groups. Used to be publicity director for a couple of groups. And I'm doing publicity a bit again now with Wascana Voices, the choir I sing with. So here's the hotel. We'll just go around the corner and that will be it. Probably a short walk, but at least it's something. People seem to enjoy the walks downtown. City Hall over there. Knox Metropolitan United Church. The Cenotaph is over there. That's a government building. And Edward Tower, the white one beyond it. Hotel to my right. Sask Power building past that. Hotel Saskatchewan is a Marriott now, like so many hotels are. Started life as a Canadian Pacific Railway hotel. Well, I often stop with this view, so I will again. Thanks for walking with me, and I will be back. You have a good day too. Bye for now.